Dominic Ruggiero from Mess Bucket Comics to make the graphic novel. Yes, the graphic novel, taking it strictly for Darren McCarty fans into a 150-page graphic novel.
Hey folks, Brian O'Halloran here. As you know, I'm a comic book fan, but also a huge hockey fan. Let's go Rangers! So here's the deal. I've been asked to mesh those two worlds together. I've been asked by comic book writer Dominic Ruggiero to come up with a great idea. A name of a hockey team that he's putting in his new comic book called Donnybrook. Donnybrook being brought to you by the publishers at Mess Bucket Comics.
It fast forwards to the other project, that group involvement.
Yes.
Because you had this idea, which you approached to me on, I'm going to touch on because, you know, my whole thing is I've always, after my book, wanted a graphic novel, and I'm letting you guys know that Dom's worked on it, and this is it, work in process. We'll get to it. But before that, it was also, too, what's the win-win? So tell me a little bit about Donnybrook and how it came to be.
So I had this idea to have a comic book about my junior hockey stories, and my buddy Craigie, he gave me some of his stories too. I think he played in the U-Haul or the East Coast or something. For
Who's Craig?
Ryan Craig. I played juniors for like a preseason, and then I had to quit and play football, but whatever. So I enjoy the locker room and all that atmosphere. So I had my stories in there, and I put this fictional team and this fictional league in there, and I'm like, as I'm writing this and I'm telling people in the comic community, I'm going to do a hockey comic. They're like, what are you doing? That's not going to work. No one does that because it doesn't work. So I started to hear this. And I'm like, maybe this isn't going to work. You know, I don't know. You know what? In the end, I'm like, I'm going to have a good time with this. This is great. I think it's going to work. And my artist believed in it too. And we came out and people just loved it. It's an updated version of the movie Slapshot, basically. And it's just, you know, all the greasy gong shows you go through playing juniors and everything like that.
So you introduced a team called
The Michigan Master.
Because you're the owner of that, and you're like commissioner of the league, right?
No, I'm not commissioner.
You're not commissioner of the league, but you're like behind the scenes.
Yeah, well, I'm writing the story.
Because I'm an owner of a team,
right?
And on the line, which is an honor to have because I'm a big fan, is Mr. Brian O'Halloran.
Yes.
Brian, are you there?
Yeah, I'm there.
How you doing, bud?
Doing good. It sounds like I'm on a string with a can. What do you got? What are you doing this via carrier pigeon?
You know what? That's Bam Bam. You're going to have to ask him because he might be. Who knows what he's on. But so how did you... So I named a team. So Dom came to me with the idea after the first, and I loved it, not only adding some stories, but also, too... That was cool. But also, too, I added a team, Burnaby Blazers, minor pot-smoking lumberjacks from British Columbia, Canada. You have a team, too, right?
Yeah, he asked me to come up with a New York-based team for the Donnybrook series. So being a New Yorker myself, I was like, well, it's got to be kind of New York-based. But I thought I'd throw it out to my fan base to come out with a name. And, you know, we had a contest for a couple of days there, and it was a really great fan, came up with a great name. I mean, there was a lot of people throwing out a lot of the Clerks kind of funny kind of play on words kind of names. But this one fan came out with the really great one, the Hell's Kitchen Heathens. And I thought, man, that sounds really badass. And so
I like it.
And Dominic was like, hey, man, what do you think? What would pop up? I gave him a list of my top 5 choices. And he's like, yeah, man, I like that Hell's Kitchen Heathens as well. So I said, look, man, I like the name. It's really balls to the wall. And I like, as long as we have, like, you know, Broadway blue kind of colors, we're good.